Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. You can almost feel the tremor spreading across the NFL landscape right now, because if this rumor turns out to be true, we're not just talking about a big signing. We're talking about an absolute earthquake. Word on the street is that the Pittsburgh Steelers have pulled off what nobody saw coming. Aaron Donald, the hometown legend from Pittsburgh himself, could be wearing black and gold next season. Yeah, you heard that right. Aaron freaking Donald, the three-time Defensive Player of the Year, possibly coming out of retirement or shaking free from Los Angeles to join Mike Tomlin's already fearsome defensive unit. The whispers started small, just a few insiders throwing hints on social media, a cryptic emoji here, a photo of Donald at the Steelers facility there. But as hours passed, the smoke started to look a lot more like fire. Insiders claim that the Steelers front office has been quietly working on a deal that could reshape their entire identity. A defense so stacked that opposing quarterbacks might as well start practicing their slides now. Imagine it. TJ Watt on one edge, Alex Highsmith on the other, and right in the middle, the man who has terrorized offensive lines for a decade, lining up in the heart of the Steel Curtain reborn. What's really catching people off guard is how perfectly this potential move fits into the Steelers' DNA. Think about it. Pittsburgh has always been about defense, toughness, and intimidation. From the Iron Curtain of the 70s to the hard-hitting units of the 2000s, the Steelers have built their legacy on grit and chaos. Aaron Donald, who grew up in Pittsburgh and played college ball at Pitt, embodies that same relentless energy. He's not just another superstar. He's a symbol of blue-collar dominance, a player whose work ethic mirrors everything that City stands for. There's something poetic about it. Donald possibly finishing his career where it all began, surrounded by fans who watched him grow into the monster he became. And now, if this deal actually goes through, he wouldn't just be a part of the defense. He'd be the defense, the gravitational force pulling everyone else into orbit. The Steelers' locker room is said to be buzzing, veterans texting each other, younger players already imagining what it would be like to line up next to a living legend. But let's not forget what this could mean strategically. The Steelers' defense was already among the NFL's top units, ranking near the top in sacks and turnovers last season. Add Aaron Donald to that mix, and you've got chaos incarnate. Offensive coordinators would lose sleep just trying to figure out who to double-team. You can't chip both Watt and Donald. Someone's going to get free every single down. That's not a defense anymore. That's a demolition crew. Donald's ability to collapse the pocket from the interior completely changes how teams attack Pittsburgh. Suddenly, those short passes and quick throws that neutralized edge rushers, they're gone. Donald blows them up from the inside before they even start. This is the kind of move that doesn't just make you good, it makes you terrifying. And for the first time in years, people are saying the Steelers might not just be contenders, but legitimate Super Bowl favorites if this rumor pans out. Behind the scenes, there's talk that Donald's relationship with Rams management has cooled since his retirement, whispers earlier this year. Some sources say he's been itching for a fresh challenge, something closer to home, something that reignites the fire. Pittsburgh checks every box. A contender, a legendary coach in Mike Tomlin, and a fan base that treats defense like a religion. Combine that with the chance to end his career where it began, and the story writes itself. Imagine the scenes at Acrisure Stadium. Donald leading the defense out of the tunnel, terrible towels spinning, that iconic growl on his face as he lines up beside Watt. It's cinematic. It's emotional. It's Pittsburgh football turned up to 11. Whether this actually happens or not, just the possibility has ignited a firestorm across social media. The memes, the edits, the speculation, it's everywhere. Everyone wants to know if this dream scenario is real. And yet, no one's confirming anything. The Steelers' front office is silent, suspiciously silent. Reporters have asked, and all they get are tight-lipped smiles and the classic no comment. But anyone who's followed Pittsburgh for a while knows that's exactly how they operate. Quiet, calculated, and when the time is right, boom, they drop the news that shakes the league. Meanwhile, Fans are tracking flights, analyzing every post from Donald's social media, even reading into the most harmless eyes emoji like it's a state secret. That's how much buzz this has created. The idea of Aaron Donald in black and gold isn't just a rumor. It's become a phenomenon, a story that feels too perfect to be coincidence. Even rival players have started reacting, some joking that they might fake an injury rather than face that front seven. Still, we've seen rumors before that fizzled out, and some insiders are cautioning fans not to get too carried away. There's always the chance this is a smokescreen, a negotiation tactic, or just the league's rumor mill doing what it does best. But even if it's just talk, one thing's clear. The reaction says everything about how much respect Aaron Donald commands and how electrifying the Steelers' defense already is. This is the kind of story that reignites fan passion, that makes football feel larger than life again. It's not just about stats or contracts. It's about legacy, emotion, and the poetry of a player possibly returning home. Whether or not it happens, the idea alone has reminded everyone why we love this game. Because in football, sometimes the impossible feels just one headline away. Now, let's take a step back and imagine what this could mean for the Steelers' future. Because if this signing becomes reality, Pittsburgh wouldn't just have a great defense. They'd have a generational one. Think about the psychological impact on opponents. Just walking into Acrisure Stadium would feel like stepping into a nightmare. Quarterbacks would start speeding through their progressions. Linemen would be on their heels, and coordinators would have to rewrite entire playbooks just to survive 4 quarters. Donald's presence alone changes the math. He doesn't just make plays, he dictates them. Combine that with Watt's explosiveness and Tomlin's defensive genius, and you're looking at a unit that could go down in history alongside the 2000 Ravens and 1985 Bears. This isn't hyperbole. It's what happens when elite talent meets perfect context. The Steelers' system is built to maximize aggression, and Donald thrives in chaos. It's a match made in football heaven, and if it happens, we might be witnessing the birth of a new defensive dynasty. But let's be real, there's also the emotional angle that makes this rumor so captivating. Aaron Donald isn't just another superstar. He's a hometown hero. The guy grew up in Pittsburgh, went to Penn Hills High School, played for the Pitt Panthers, and became one of the greatest defensive linemen in NFL history. The idea of him returning home, putting on that black and gold jersey, and giving the city one last run, that's storybook stuff. It's the kind of full-circle narrative that fans dream about, but rarely see. Imagine the energy in that first home game. Donald stepping onto the field, crowd roaring like it's 1978 again, the ghosts of Mean Joe Green and Jack Lambert watching from above. For Pittsburgh, it wouldn't just be a signing. It would be a homecoming, a spiritual moment that ties past and present together. That's why this rumor hits so hard, because it feels right. And let's not ignore the leadership aspect. Donald isn't just dominant physically. He's one of the most respected players in the league. His presence in the locker room would elevate everyone. Younger players like Keanu Benton and DeMarvin Leal would learn firsthand from the best to ever do it. His mentality, the early mornings, the relentless workouts, the obsession with perfection, it's contagious. Add that a Tomlin's standard is the standard philosophy, and you get a locker room culture built entirely on excellence. This kind of influence doesn't show up on stat sheets, but it's what turns good teams into great ones. And maybe that's exactly what Pittsburgh has been missing. They've had talent, they've had grit, but that final spark, that presence who demands greatness every day, could be the difference between making the playoffs and hoisting a Lombardi. From the Rams' side, the move would mark the end of an era. Donald has been their anchor, their identity, the face of the franchise since he was drafted in 2014. Letting him go, even if it's by mutual agreement, would feel like closing a chapter that defined Los Angeles football for nearly a decade. But every story evolves, and if Donald's heart is truly pulling him back to Pittsburgh, maybe this is destiny. Some insiders whisper that the Rams might be willing to restructure his release out of respect, acknowledging his legacy and allowing him to finish his career where all began. If true, that would be a classy move, and one that earns universal respect. No hard feelings, no drama, just one legend passing the torch on his own terms. It would be rare, refreshing, and deeply human in a sport that often forgets sentiment in pursuit of salary caps. The implications for the AFC North are massive. That division is already a war zone. Joe Burrow's Bengals, Lamar Jackson's Ravens, Deshaun Watson's Browns, and now, potentially, a Steelers defense featuring Watt and Donald? That's the stuff of nightmares for opposing offenses. Suddenly, every divisional matchup turns into prime-time, must-watch television. The chess match between Lamar's mobility and Donald's interior rush alone could become a highlight reel waiting to happen. Rival fans are already groaning online, calling it unfair, while Steelers fans are declaring the return of the true steel curtain. It's funny how one rumor can shift the entire mood of a fan base, from cautious optimism to full-blown euphoria. That's the magic of football storytelling. Even before a single snap is played, hope becomes tangible. And so we wait. No press release, no confirmation, just the echo of whispers growing louder by the hour. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but for now, it feels real enough to believe. Because sometimes in sports, belief is half the battle. Fans are already ordering custom jerseys, sports talk shows are dedicating full segments, and social media has turned into one giant Steelers parade. Whether this rumor explodes into reality or fades away, one thing's certain. The idea of Aaron Donald joining the Steelers has reignited the spark in Pittsburgh. It's hope, nostalgia, and adrenaline rolled into one. And maybe, just maybe, that's the sign of something bigger, a new era dawning in the city where defense is religion and legends are born under black and gold skies. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The city of Pittsburgh is already vibrating with anticipation, like it's on the edge of something historic. You can feel it in the bars, on talk radio, in every corner of the city where football is practically a second language. The terrible towels are spinning again, not for a victory, but for a possibility. That's how powerful this rumor has become. Local fans are calling it the homecoming, already envisioning Aaron Donald's first sack in a Steelers jersey. And you know how Pittsburghers are. They don't just cheer, they live their football. If this deal becomes official, the energy at Acrisure Stadium would be indescribable. You'd see grown men crying, kids painting their faces black and gold, and a whole city coming together around a player who embodies everything they stand for: toughness, loyalty, and legacy. Even longtime veterans who've seen it all are saying that this one just feels different. There's emotion, history, and a deep sense of destiny behind it. It's not just a transaction. It's a story coming full circle. And let's not forget the broader NFL picture, because this move wouldn't just shake up the AFC North. It would shift the entire league. Every offensive line coach in America would be rewriting their protection schemes. Every team with Super Bowl aspirations would suddenly have a new obstacle to worry about. Aaron Donald in black and gold would change how teams plan, how they draft, and how they breathe when facing the Steelers. Imagine Patrick Mahomes trying to escape what on one side and Donald crashing up the middle. That's not just football, that's chaos. It's the kind of thing that forces entire franchises to rethink strategy. You can already hear analysts trying to find historical comparisons, but honestly, there might not be one. This combination of power, speed, and intelligence on one defense could be unprecedented. And for a league that thrives on storylines, this would be a blockbuster, the kind of headline that dominates every sports show from morning to night. Still, at the heart of all this, there's something beautifully simple about the idea. It's about home. It's about a man who conquered the NFL, earned everything there was to earn, and might just want to finish his journey where it all began. Pittsburgh isn't just a football city. It's a community that wraps its arms around its heroes. And if Aaron Donald walks back through those doors, he won't just be welcomed. He'll be celebrated like a king returning to his throne. Whether it happens tomorrow, next week, or never at all, the dream has already done something special. It's reminded everyone that football isn't just a sport. It's about belonging, legacy, and the unbreakable bond between a city and its players. And in Pittsburgh, That bond is stronger than steel itself. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.